Hello, my name is Ilona and today is Tuesday, April 25th, 2023. I also made this morning a Dutch video, which I'm not going to translate in English, but I'm going to do a recap just because it was very Dutch oriented in the way that the subjects were very specific for the Netherlands. It was about a Dutch lawyer that they actually took in custody. And she is working on a very high level case concerning someone from the underworld, where there could be some, connection to our royal family here in the Netherlands. It was very strange. You've been accused of that she's working for a criminal organization. That's apparently the person that she's defending. And it's a humongous case. So I just looked at the cards, what this was about. And what I got was that this actually is to protect her. She has a lot of information and probably there is some connection to the royal family. And so there were actually probably some threats that they were going to take her out. And this is actually to protect her. But of course the media is going to make it look like she's awful and she's done these horrible things. The media is really still a mouthpiece for the dark energies in a way in the Netherlands and probably worldwide as well. But it was very interesting. So I got the feeling that, at least from the cards as well, that this actually was there to protect her. And a lot of information is going to ultimately come out of this. So not everything is what it seems. The other subject I also talked about was here called broadcasting in the media. There is like, I'm not sure how you call it. I got the Dutch word in my head, omroep, which is like we have, of course, certain organizations that are allowed to have broadcasting time on, the Dutch media. And Ongehoord Nederland is part of that. And there's been a lot of talk, a lot of political parties, they want to get rid of Ongehoord Nederland because they bring so much truth in a way. They mention things like the stings, of course, the excess mortality rate. And now there's been some kind of a program that's been doing an investigation and accuses them of having certain theories and only a certain people from especially the right wing that they have on their show. And that would mean that they really are not objective, very subjective. And actually there's a request now to revoke their right to broadcast on Dutch television and in Dutch media. And what I got from the cards is that this is actually, again, most likely a white hat operation to show people what's really going on in the media. Because let's face it, if you really look at the Dutch media and look at the signature, the people that show up in all these programs, they are very left-winged, most of them. There's been no criticisms about the stings. There are no people that are allowed to talk about different opinions. So this entire media, if there would be, more investigation, it would turn out that really, it's not really Ongehoord Nederland that is the problem, but the rest of the Dutch media that is the issue. So this is, of course, something that is going on worldwide. But the cards I got specifically for Ongehoord Nederland seems that this again is to wake up people. There's a lot of resistance because, we're supposed to live in a democracy. We're supposed to hear other, perspectives as well. So this will bring up, of course, a discussion. And I think that's the entire intention, to show what the media is really about and how fake it is and how corrupt it is here in the Netherlands. But of course, it's worldwide. And I got that it most likely, there is a chance it's going to be revoked. It wouldn't surprise me if they already had that plan, because I had the Eight of Swords, and that's usually confinement and limitations. And ultimately I had the Empress. So this will be for the better of, I think, humanity. But of course, in this case, we're talking about the Dutch media. But this is going to help bring down the media. That's what it felt like to me. This is another step in that direction of really that people are starting to see and move away from the media. More people are watching independent media. And I think we're seeing this trend that more and more people are pretty much turning away. What we're seeing worldwide as well, that more people are like, what is really going on with the media? And they are not objective, and why shouldn't we be able to hear other voices? And so this is very interesting. So this is my recap of my video. And in this video, I also want to take a look at media, in this time in United States of America, because Tucker Carlson apparently is moving away from Fox News. They're bringing it like this is like a mutual agreement, but it's very interesting. Things are coming up that because Tucker Carlson spoke about the stings and about Big Pharma last week, that's probably the reason that the dark energies want him gone. There's also a possibility this is connected to this lawsuit that apparently Fox News lost. I think it had to do with the machines and the voting. I'm not completely, I don't know all the details about that case, but it could be connected as well. So I actually wanted to take a look at the energy and the cards I've got. And this is very interesting about Tucker Carlson, of course, what's going on. First is the Ace of Wands. I've got the Three of Wands for the central card. I've got the Queen of Pentacles for the past. I've got the Three of Swords underneath the central card. And for the future, I have the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. To me, this seems again like a white hat operation. I think, and I'm not sure, it's possible that he was dark in the past and he had to make a choice as well, maybe even be replaced. I'll leave that open for that, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was dark energy, because he's been in this system for a very long time. Could also be that he was purposely put there to later change. It doesn't really matter. Lately, he's been, telling a lot of truths, and he's really been outspoken about things, and it was necessary because he's really been pulling in millions of people watching him. So the fact that Fox News is letting him go, it's going to be a blow for Fox News. But this feels to me like white hats are behind this, taking him out of that equation. Also the Three of Wands, just wait and see what's going to happen. My feeling is that he's going to pop up in all kinds of podcast interviews, and he's really going to mention a lot of things about the media. He can now finally speak openly about that. So I think he's going to bring truths. There's going to be a new balance, and ultimately it will lead to something completely new. And that's also the feeling I got with my card reading for Ongehoord Nederland, that ultimately we're heading towards a completely new system, new way of broadcasting, new media, where, different opinions are allowed, truths are going to be spoken. But this is a step in that direction. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if he purposely is now moving away from that, and they're using this, probably maybe the lawsuit or maybe what's going on with him speaking out. They're going to use this so he can now step away and he'll be able to really speak his mind. It wouldn't surprise me at all if he is going to create something for himself, because he really pulls in a lot of people. A lot of people watch him. So he really has a public he can speak to, a group of people. And more truths are going to come out about the media, about really what's been going on for all this time. And he's been there for a very long time. So he's probably got a lot of stories to tell, and he's speaking out more and more. But this is necessary to just move away. I also get the feeling they are purposely letting these companies collapse. I'm not sure if I already mentioned that. Don Lemon is also leaving CNN, but we just see CNN, Fox News, all these companies really need to go. They were all part of these dark energies. They've all been part of this propaganda. Changes need to be made. And I also see it in Disney. I've seen it with the movies, TV series. People are not watching it anymore, especially Marvel, Star Wars. They've got issues. And it's interesting to see they're pushing this agenda, pushing this message, and people are just not paying money for it anymore. And really, they are losing money. And I think it's done on purpose to completely collapse the company. Of course, people will say, well, they don't really care. They want to push this agenda. That's maybe true, but the money is drying up. So changes need to be made. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if this is necessary to collapse all these companies in the media. And it's going to be very interesting what's going to happen in the coming months ahead. But changes will be made in Fox, in CNN. It wouldn't surprise me at all if something new will happen. And like I've mentioned here with the Ten of Cups, ultimately there will be a completely different way of speaking, real truths, real things. No more agendas anymore. So this is all part of this plan that's put into motion to get there. So this is the energy I got from Tucker Carlson. I also looked at another question people asked me about the weather. What is going on with the weather? Why is it so extreme? Here in the Netherlands, we haven't barely had a warm day. It's almost May, while last year we actually had a heat wave already. I think we already been through the heat wave in April. Very strange. And of course now in Spain there's a heat wave, and there's just this extreme weather going on. People asking me, is this still manipulation? Is this HAARP, HAARP? Or, white hats, black hats? Who's behind this all? And the feeling I'm getting is that it's not just white hats, black hats. I think the black hats still have some control, but very on a more local scale. And they've put things in motion maybe a couple of months ago or years ago that are now seeing the effect. So the white hats are trying to, with earthquakes and things like that, they are trying to make sure that it's not, that the damage is as controlled as possible, but they can't stop it completely, unfortunately. But as soon as they do use something, they'll be able to locate that weapon and take it away from them. But I also believe that Mother Earth, a living soul, is changing. That's the feeling I just got from that question. I think there's a lot going on with Mother Earth changing, of course, the energy. And the cards I got, this was very interesting. The card I got first is the Two of Pentacles. The central card is the Six of Cups. The card in the past is the Ten of Cups. We have the Two of Cups underneath the Six of Cups. And we have the Sun and the Eight of Wands for the future. And the card also stuck out was the Tower. And I think that's exactly what's happening. A lot is Mother Nature returning to her past true energy and just sweeping away all the manipulation, all the negativity, all the horrible things that happened to her. She's trying to balance them. She's trying to heal them. And it can happen on a very shocking level with fire, water. She'll use it, wind, tornadoes, things like that. She's using it. And I'm not saying that there is no manipulation going on, because obviously the black energies have been manipulating it for so long. But also Mother Nature is showing her side now more and more to heal, to bring in a new balance. And I thought they were so interesting. These cards are both in a way also connected to children. And what is, of course, happening with humanity, what they're doing to children, is what they've done with Mother Earth for so long. They have mistreated her. They've done horrible things. And this is all about balancing. And especially when you're a child, you can just look at awe at Mother Nature and just Earth, and looking around nature and how beautiful it is and how just amazing it is. And I think that we are returning to that kind of state as humanity as well. We're returning to that beautiful natural connection we had with Mother Nature. And she is obviously changing. The energies are changing and she's changing along with it. And of course we have to change our energy so we can support her and she can support us. But it can happen on a very shocking ways. And it's about clearing, it's about healing, it's about balancing. So that is what's happening, and it's going to happen very fast. So things are going to change very rapidly. And it doesn't have to be in a way, it can still be shocking, but it will be good in the end. The Sun is a beautiful card. This is returning her to her true energy, to her beautiful though it's part in the plan, I do think she's even a higher energy than they're talking about fifth dimension and all these dimensions. I ultimately think we are really raising our energy, and we will go beyond that. But we are, returning to the true energy. That's really what we're longing for, and we need to step, of course, up in our authority and step into our energy. But Mother Earth is doing the same thing, and it's returning to this beautiful, it's almost impossible to completely explain. It's this beautiful feeling around my heart when I'm talking about this, and it's almost like I'm connecting with Mother Nature and Mother Earth, and it's a beautiful living soul that's been supporting us for so long, and it's just been used, and horrible things has happened to her. And it's about restoring and going back to that beautiful connection we had as children with Mother Nature, and looking at awe and in harmony, working with her in harmony. But the changes now that we see is not completely done by white hats or black hats, but a lot is happening because Mother Nature wants to get rid of all these dark energies, all these manipulations, and it can be very rough to balance those out, to make sure that everything is gone and cleansed, and it's like a gigantic detox that's going on. So this is what I've got for the weather. I'd like to leave it at this and hope to see you in another video. Bye.